Warning. This is Jake's first walkthrough of Katawa Shoujo, and has no idea what to expect. But upon saying that, some content may be inappropriate for kiddies, so watch out.
Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the OneManBand is back again playing Katawa Shoujo. Now, this isn't really so much of a game as it is a graphic digital novel. So, it's gonna be a lot of reading, but hey, my friends, people have told me that this thing is amazing and I should definitely play it. So, here we are. And let us start. Yes. Fade to blackness. And then whiteness, snowfall. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer, but it's winter time. Why? It's winter time. Why would you come here in the summer? Why is it snowing in the summer? The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now in late... Oh, okay, so it's winter time. Okay, I get it. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together fiercely to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I suspected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4:00 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. Then, man, you need to work on your perception skills. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter and locker, but at least this way shows a bit more of initiative? Is that a word? I don't know. I'll look it up in the dictionary later. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. You should go inside, man. Catch hypothermia, lose your toes. The snowflakes silently falling from the white-painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Because it probably has, man. Snow messes with you. I mean, something's behind you. A rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet moment. Interrupting my moments will lead to death. Someone is approaching me from behind. Alright, prepare for combat. Hi, Yosho. You came. Guess, maybe that's the name, I don't know. Hesitating, barely audible question. Speak up, please. I'm not wearing pants. No, I am. Don't worry. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. That's kind of bad, but it's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. So you eavesdrop, okay. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. Wow, the music was perfect with how I was saying it. Oh, it's so cute, young love. I wanna call. I got this note telling to wait here. Was it yours? Damn it! I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result? Dude, man, those are the best pickup lines, man. Just act stupid. Pathetic. Yeah, sorta, I guess. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm glad you got it. Yay! Oh, couldn't approach me yourself. Well, I guess that's why girls have lots of friends, so they can just branch out. Have their web of connections. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Oh. Dude, calm down. My heart is pounding now, as if it's trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. No, don't do that, heart. I need you. Don't tell my heart my achy breaky heart. It's funny. So, so here we are, out in the cold. We should snuggle for warmth. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonious sound is music to my ears. Is that another word? Oh, man. Iwako flinches ever so softly against the gusted wind. Don't worry, girl. I'll keep you safe from the wind. That darn wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Well, heck yeah. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair in her fingers. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I can force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know... Heartbeat, heartbeat. If you would go out with me... Yes! Yay! I stand there motionless, save for the pounding of my heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they're being stretched beyond the breaking point. Is Ariel? Oh no! He's having a heart attack! I reach up and try to massage my throat, but it only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms and a stroke! Shio? I'm gonna die. My whole body freezes, save my eyes, which are shot open in terror. Don't die, man! It's too late! It's too soon! Ishayo! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I grow weak at the knees. Oh, that is cool effect right there. The world around me. The canopy of bare branches and dull winter sky. In Wako, running toward me. All this fades to black. With a cool, twirly effect. It was awesome. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Wako screaming for help. And the incessant clatter of branches above. And then I died. No, that'd be stupid. Beep. Hot Monitors Racing 4-Leaf Studios presents Katawa Shoujo with a heartbeat monitor that beeps all the time. Inspiration RAITA. Writing by all of these cool people. Ivy editing by these people. Oh, that is so cool. This is so... Music. Dude, kudos to you music guys. I'm already in love with the music. I'm in a hospital. Art by these people. Additional art by more people. Opening credits are so amazing. FMV animation. Dude, this is awesome. I mean, people have so much talent these days. It makes me feel totally and completely, you know, stupid for even trying. But I guess if you guys get entertainment out of it, it counts. And I go back to sleep. It's been 4 months since my... heart attack, not a stroke. I was right the first time. Man, I'm having a stroke. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left the hospital room, unsupervised, on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia? A strange word for an alien one. Yeah, I can't even... I'll look it up later. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. Is it contagious? a rare condition that causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It could be fatal. Apparently, if I had it for a long time, they said it was a miracle that I was able to go on for so long without anything happening. That's because you've never found love before, boy. When you find love, you see it's just magical. Your heart takes over. Is it really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. But my life kind of sucks now, because I'm in a hospital room. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They particularly had 2 hemorrhages apiece. They practically... Oh, 2 hemorrhages. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell their home in order to pay for a cure. This video is sponsored by water. Drink it, it's good. Of course, there isn't a cure. Of course. So, we're dying. Great. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room was the ward. My room was the ward of the ward. In the ward. Use your eyes, Jake. Jeez. My room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get well gift cards began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Wow, that makes me feel loved. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Inwako was the last to stop visiting. She really does care! Yay! After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital. It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Well, neither would I. And hospitals are creepy and scary. Horror games, okay? This is gonna turn into a horror game, watch. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I'd ask the head cardiologist, I know that word, just had to take time to read it, every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries would work. So I idly observed the scar that the surgeries had left on my chest slowly change in its appearance over time, thinking that it was some kind of omen from the gods above. I still asked the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed any more than when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around and the answer shows me that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Because nothing good is on TV! Get yourself a laptop, watch Attack on Titan, okay? Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. Honestly, I've never seen that word, escapism, used in a sentence. I started reading and said, "Good job. Reading is amazing. Read more, kids." There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. What are you, eating them? Consuming. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. It's just like drugs, kid. Once you start reading, you need that fix. You need that fix for reading. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Maybe because you are naked. You're basically in a hospital gown. But I love the stories. Kind of like your story. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mess. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause and realize that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. Man, this is deep! This is deep stuff! Man! The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I would have to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I were going to cry. Well, you can't read. You can't read in that situation. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Why not? Did you have the inability to cry? Look at those TVs, man. That is awesome. Today, the doctor came in and gave me a smile. He seemed excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make some effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. It's your birthday! You forgot, young boy. There's a ritual of head cardiologists. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down to the edge of the bed, on the edge of the bed next to mine, and he looks me in the eyes for a moment. "Hi, Hishio. How are you today?" I don't even answer, but I smile a little back at him. And this is depressing. Let's get some happy moments. Come on. I started out with a happy moment. I don't want to end on a sad moment. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand. I take it from his hand to take a look for myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Whoa. Drugs. Yay. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters, to the point where I can barely even read what I'm supposed to be reading. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, I can't read that because it's so whacked up in the background. And doses are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it, attempting to only make me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? Oh, just kill me now! I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are already being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? Jerk! I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. What's with this doctor? I want a better doctor, please. Also, I've spoken to your parents and would believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? But I liked my old school and my friends are there. My friends. Please calm down, Iseo. Listen to what the doctor has to say. That's from my dad. Oh, man, I need to figure out what that name is actually pronounced like. That way I don't keep screwing it up. Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down, Dad. The way he says it tells me he is... The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows is it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least, not until you're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamako Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I going to the special school? Ah, but I can't deal with those people. They just stare at me. It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on campus. Think of it as boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact, Mr. Doctor. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't have a hospital nearby a selling point. That wouldn't be a selling point, Mr. Doctor. I'm changing accents like a mofo, dang. Of course, it's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. Well, that's what I get for having stupid parents. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. Well, at least I'm probably not gonna die halfway through the book. Maybe not, I don't know. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a damn opportunity. You don't know me, Mr. Doctor. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. And while it's not the same one, a special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can sit around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone to do amazing things. One of them even won a Nobel Peace Prize. Really? No? A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. There we go. That is what this is trying to tell people. You don't need to be held back just because you're stupid. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring. Now I miss it. You only miss the things that are lost. I want to protest. I want to blame this on lack of reaction, on shock or frustration or fatigue, not frustration. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, the doctors, my condition, everything. The music has stopped. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school is just so invigorating. Not invigorating, and enraging. What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. But at the very least, I'll try to see what a new life will look like. Exit the hospital. There I am, at 1, life expectancy, holding my broken heart. So I guess that was a prologue. Man, this is gonna be long. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna have to end this reading episode here. Hey, but like, favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe. Link to this is gonna be in the description. That way you can go figure it out for yourself and then come back and laugh at my troubled walkthrough of this. But hey, I will see you guys next time on Out There on YouTube Land. Yeah.